And then I just feel so freaking bad for poor Anil Kapoor because no one's listened to him. Hrithik Roshan doesn't listen to him. Ranbir Kapoor doesn't listen to him. No one listens to the poor guy.
Namaste and welcome. We just watched Fighter in IMAX 3D. We had to drive halfway across the state to catch the midnight showing. It's 1 in the morning, but I think it was just about worth it. Initial thoughts: it was a fun movie for sure. Can never get enough of fighter planes and the big blaring music, and it was a good time. I think maybe a little bit longer than it probably needed to be, but yeah, Hrithik Roshan was fun. The villain was great. Anil Kapoor was fun as the sort of stern commanding officer. That was all fun. Deepika
Padukone?
Padukone, she was great as the sort of the love interest slash helicopter pilot.
Mm-hmm.
I think she made helicopter piloting about as cool as it could have been. What were your thoughts?
I really liked it. I thought it was a really perfect way to segue into Republic Day tomorrow for India. I did not realize I'd seen the director before. He's directed a whole bunch of really popular films, including Salam Namaste in 2004 with Saif Ali Khan. He's done War with Hrithik Roshan before. So he kind of has experience in these kinds of movies. And I really liked it. Like, I was captivated. It was like the perfect blend of sort of like Top Gun meets India, but also a real life incident with the Pulwama attacks in
Right.
2019. Like, all of that like built into the story. I thought that was so cool. I loved like every single action shot. I was like totally into it.
For sure. I wish we had gotten a few more. I think we went at least an hour, maybe longer, without Hrithik Roshan flying a single plane,
Yeah.
which made me sad. I think it was slow at times, but the actual action scenes were fun. I think. What did you think about it in IMAX? IMAX 3D.
IMAX 3D. I really loved it. I felt like I was like in the fighter plane itself. And then I got scared because I'm like scared of like that kind of flying.
Yeah, it was cool. I think actually the best part of it was probably the sound, right? When they're in the
Oh,
planes, like
so
really hearing
good.
it. IMAX kind of takes the sound to another level. I don't think it was specifically shot for IMAX. It did kind of have the letterboxes around it, so that's one call out. But it was still fun seeing it. Hrithik Roshan be 50 feet tall.
Yeah.
that was
And
that
he
was cool.
looks freaking incredible. Anyone who's watched the trailer, I mean,
Oh
knows
yeah,
he looks.
and he's what, 50 now?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's some inspiration for us all guys. That it's never too late to get a 12 pack or whatever he had there.
I think he obviously looks really great, but I also think he doesn't look like a 20-year-old who would be in the army or 30-year-old. I feel like the group of friends group was just too old. With
Yeah,
like Tom Cruise and Top Gun. Not that I want to draw like a comparison between the two because I don't think they're that similar, but it was very clear that Tom Cruise is just an instructor. And here, like Hrithik Roshan is at his peak fighting, and then I don't want to give it up unless nobody's watched it yet. So I'll talk about the spoilers in a minute. But I just felt like they were trying to like keep this young guy vibe, and I'm like, that's not Hrithik Roshan, and like that's not Deepika Padukone anymore. It was like my big, and I just felt like their friends were all like just older, and I expected the young kids to be a lot like younger, I guess.
hmm, that's fair. Let's see. I like the villain. I don't know. Are you familiar with that actor that played
No,
him?
I'm not actually. I was gonna look it up right now. Let's see who it is. What did you think about his acting though?
Oh, he was terrific. He played just such a great. He really leaned into the role at one point. He's got a red eye, right, and he just seems like so evil, right, and you just hate him so much. So that was fun. It's too bad they canceled the best actor in a negative role at the Filmfare Awards because he would be a shoe in for it.
I definitely he was so good. Let me see who it was. No, it wasn't Curran Grover. It was one of the guys, the bros, as they say. I don't think. I'll look for it. What do you think about all the songs?
Um, they're pretty good. I think there was a couple that are kind of take you out of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they go from being in the battle to celebrating the club, right? Which is kind of I felt a little bit jarring, even for Bollywood. Um, There were some I like more than others though. There was I guess we're not into the spoilers yet, but there's a scene where there's this kind of a downer, right? Everyone's kind of reflecting on what happened and where they're at currently, right? And there's a song I really liked there. Something like Dil Banana Choti Hai.
Dil banana kya?
Dil
Chota,
Banana Choti Hai, something like
chota,
that.
chota to make it small.
Yeah,
So, yeah, so just to cut, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but before we go away from this point, the villain is so small in Indian cinema, he doesn't even have a wiki
really.
page. So, I'm all like, all these other articles at this point, which probably goes on to explain his level of.
Wow, so he's probably got a great career ahead of him then.
Yeah.
I was impressed.
Yeah, probably had a huge transformation, which, I mean, if you're going up against Hrithik Roshan,
right?
You better be built at that point. This 50-year-old guy is going to take you down,
So yeah, should we get into spoilers?
Yeah. So if you guys haven't watched it, don't watch kind of beyond this. So part one of the spoilers was, I loved the intro of the villain. I thought it was very well crafted.
Oh, yeah.
I was like right away into the movie, and then I just feel so freaking bad for poor Anil Kapoor because no one's listened to him. Hrithik Roshan doesn't listen to him. Ranbir Kapoor doesn't listen to him. No one listens to the poor guy. We saw him in Animals a few weeks ago, and poor guy, like, no one listens to him. No one listens. That's all I can think about. I mean, if I had to give like a best actor award, I'd probably give it to Anil Kapoor at this point.
He's definitely earned it. Going all the way to the end, it was pretty cool in the climactic scene where Hrithik Roshan needs a co-pilot, right? And as the commanding officer, Anil Kapoor jumps up and is like, "I'll go, boy," and that was so cool. I was like, "Yeah, let's go, old man."
And then I feel like he just kept panicking. I'm like, "Are you helping?"
Yeah, he shot us here. He shot us here. Like,
I'm like, Hrithik Roshan's guiding this plane all by himself. Like, why are you like what? That's the one part where I was like, Anil Kapoor just like having this freak out, and I felt like Hrithik Roshan was like, "Dude, like chill." And he's just like cruising along with this plane while these missiles.
He's like, "Yeah, I'm out of here."
Yeah. And Hrithik Roshan is just like so cool, laser focused, and just get to see like what a great actor he is like in that moment. Like you see it in his eyes, and it's so beautifully shot. And Anil Kapoor is just like the kid was just like, "Oh my god, guys!" Oh, like, he's freaking out.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so I liked up the intermission. We didn't really have an intermission. It said intermission, but it was like 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was really good pacing up to then. It was a little bit slow, pretty
Yeah.
much up until the climax.
Sure.
I did like the scene actually right after where he gets kind of kicked back down to just being a flight instructor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of actually seeing him kind of lean into that and the responsibility was kind of cool.
Yep, agreed.
I did like that scene, and then that was the musical number I mentioned. He's kind of like sad.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He misses
Deepika.
and she misses him, right? That was, I think, my favorite song in the whole film. It was a little bit slower, but it was nice. I really liked the lyrics and
the musical number. I could definitely see that. I wish they had brought the kids around from that more into the final scene. I was missing that little bit. I thought they would kind of close it up. And I just felt like you taught these kids, it became this, and then you like never hear from them again.
Yeah. Then quits. Like
yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, they're pretty much biding time, getting in, kind of checking off, having military scenes before the climactic final conclusion, right? They probably could have cut 20 minutes there and it would have been a little bit sharper film, I think.
What did you think about their chemistry? I didn't
they stare at each other a lot.
I didn't feel it. I usually like Deepika Padukone usually has good chemistry. I mean, her and Shah Rukh Khan have a killer pairing. Her and Ranbir Singh obviously have a killer pairing. She's married to him in real life. But
really,
I just didn't feel it with him and Hrithik Roshan. Like I was like, what am I missing?
I think this was one of those where they tried to show the chemistry through the songs, right? They
had,
I think, at least 2 together before they get together and one at the end after. But yeah, they banter a little bit. I guess they have that a little bit of emotional connection talking about their past. But yeah, I thought the chemistry was kind of just okay. I mean, you see the
Yeah.
whole group hanging out together. There's a nice montage of that.
Hmm.
During the credits, actually, that's got to be the latest into a film I've seen the credits.
Yeah.
It was a solid. We finished all of Act One. It was like 20 minutes. Then we got to the credits, which was different for sure.
You mean like the title sequence?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I agree. Yeah, and I did like the way they did that though. That was like a really cool intro. I almost feel like Deepika got like a side role in this movie.
Yeah, I think, like I said, she was. They tried to make flying helicopter look cool.
Yeah.
She did about as well as she could have. I
Yeah.
think, but
Agreed. I wasn't like yeah, it was cool, but like yeah, it
yeah,
wasn't.
she does one stunt with a helicopter. It actually said in the bottom left, real fast, like, okay, this is we've taken some liberties with real life. This is just a stunt. I didn't get to read the whole message, but they actually put a disclaimer, which I thought was kind of funny.
Which they didn't do
Helicopters don't
for,
really do this in real life.
they didn't do that for any of Hrithik Roshan scenes.
Yeah, I think they probably stretched some of the airplane physics too, but that is true.
That is very fair. Yeah, I wasn't super impressed with their chemistry, overall, which I was a little bit like disappointed with, kind of on that front, you know.
Yeah. I actually would like to talk about the opening a little bit.
Yeah.
It was kind of fun. They set it up like he's gonna buzz the tower,
Hmm.
like in Top Gun, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And then they go psych, and they're like, yeah, you have permission to do your low entry, and then
Hmm.
he does acrobatics. So I think that was kind of their way of saying like, this isn't just gonna be Top Gun. Don't worry.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, we did see references from Top Gun, like he has his leather jacket.
He was the spitting image of young Tom Cruise for
Yeah,
sure.
he had that. He becomes an instructor. Like we definitely see kind of parts of Top Gun, but then we kind of see like the Indian Army and the Indian Air Force and like all of that come into play. The Muslim lady like tripped me up. I was like, if you're such an important asset, why are you here in person? I was like, is this a joke?
And it's a dude, yeah, and
Yeah,
yeah. So the whole twist is he's actually working for the other side, but no, it turns out he was working for India all along, which I saw coming. I feel like we've seen
yeah.
that exact same twist before in
But
Indian films somewhere. I forget where
Tom,
exactly. Maybe,
I don't know. But yeah, we've definitely seen it before.
but it was actually a double cross.
Yeah, at some point you're like, okay, that's fair.
Did you have a favorite song?
I really like the Vande Mataram kind of. I wouldn't call it a remix, but like a redo of
Mhm.
that song. Obviously felt very patriotic. I don't know. I really liked it in the scenes. Can we talk about her parents scene? I got a
Oh
little
yeah,
emotional at that. I thought that was one of the best scenes in the movie.
yeah. She did have a nice arc there. That was kind of cool seeing her parents or her father mainly kind of almost disowning her for wanting
Yeah,
to be in the military, and then they come back around. That was nice.
yeah. I really liked that scene. Like I was like, yeah. So that was, I think was a really good part. So overall, how do you rate it?
Overall, yeah, I enjoyed it. If you like military movies, if you liked Uri, you'll probably like this one. They did reference the events of Uri a couple times,
Hmm.
right? Which I saw Uri, I think at this theater, actually, now that I
Really?
think
Yeah.
about it. Yeah. We were trying to recall when we were here last,
Hmm.
but yeah, it almost made me feel like I was in the real life, Indian military events expanded universe a little bit,
Yeah.
sort of referencing those events. But yeah, it was a fun action film overall. Some decent songs. Hrithik Roshan is Hrithik Roshan, and looks great.
Agreed.
Not perfect, not the most cerebral movie, but you definitely know what you're getting into, and it's fun as action new military films go.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think. And then if you have any recommendations, always drop it in the comments below.